What if everything we thought we knew about the town was completely wrong? The new trailer for Season 4 Episode 5 just dropped, and honestly, this might be the darkest episode the show has ever made. The trailer doesn't just tease another monster attack. It hints at the real origin of the town, the truth about the children, and possibly the biggest revelation since the series started. And after watching the trailer frame by frame, there are hidden details most people completely missed. So in this video, we're breaking down the terrifying lake mystery, Jade's disturbing visions, Boyd slowly losing control, and the theory that the monsters were once human, because episode 5 might finally explain what this place actually is. Let's get into it. The trailer starts with Firth. Trailer opens with chaos. People are running through Colony House while someone screams in the background. The camera cuts quickly between terrified faces, broken windows, and flashing lights. Right away, the show wants us to understand one thing: the town is no longer safe. In earlier seasons, the monsters followed certain rules. They walked slowly, they hunted only at night, and the talismans gave people protection. But now, the trailer suggests those rules are starting to break. There's one quick scene where Boyd looks completely shocked while staring outside at night. Fans notice there may be movement behind him inside the building, which could mean the creatures somehow entered without breaking the talisman protection. And if that's true, then nobody is safe anymore. The Lake Secreth biggest moment in the trailer is connected to the lake. At the end of episode 4, Boyd and Jade discovered something horrifying hidden underwater. The trailer now shows more of those strange bodies being dragged from the lake, covered in mud and tangled roots. But here's where things get terrifying. These creatures don't look like the smiling monsters we usually see. They look older. Ancient. Almost like scarecrows made from human remains, and several fans noticed symbols carved into their bodies that match the cave drawings from previous seasons. That detail is extremely important because it suggests the lake creatures may actually be connected to the original version of the town. Not the modern town, the first town. Maybe even centuries old. Were the monsters once human? Now let's talk about the biggest theory coming from the trailer. What if the monsters were once regular people? Think about it. The creatures smile like humans. They wear old-fashioned clothes. They imitate human behavior. And now the trailer shows bodies preserved underwater like some kind of ritual sacrifice. This could explain why the monsters always seem emotionally connected to the people they hunt. Maybe they remember fragments of who they used to be. And if the town sacrifices people over and over across different timelines, then every cycle creates new monsters that would completely change everything. The creatures wouldn't just be random demons, they would be victims, corrupted victims. Jade is finally seeing the truth next. We need to talk about Jade because episode 5 looks heavily focused on him. Throughout the trailer, Jade keeps seeing disturbing visions, children standing silently, strange symbols, tunnels underground, and flashes of people screaming in pain. But the scariest part is that Jade no longer reacts like someone hallucinating. He reacts like someone remembering. That's a huge difference. There's one shot where Jade touches a wall covered in symbols and suddenly freezes, almost like memories are flooding back into his mind. Many fans now believe Jade has existed in previous cycles of the town. Not physically, but spiritually, like certain souls keep returning over and over again. That would explain why Jade understands the symbols better than anyone else. Maybe he's seen them before. Just not in this lifetime. The children, the arrived creepy children, appear again in the trailer, and every time they appear in frame, something terrible follows. For a long time, fans thought the children were ghosts trying to help people escape. But now, that theory may be completely wrong. The trailer makes the children look far more sinister, especially during the scene where they surround Jade underground while whispering. Some viewers think the children were the first sacrifices ever made by the town, and the entire curse started with them. That would explain why they keep appearing to specific characters like Tabitha and Jade. Not to scare them, but to guide them toward repeating the cycle again. Almost like the town wants history to happen exactly the same way every time. Boyd is breaking now. Let's talk about Boyd, because Boyd looks exhausted in this trailer. There's a scene where he's yelling at everyone while chaos erupts around him. Another moment shows him sitting alone with blood on his face, looking completely defeated. Boyd has always been the leader, the one person holding the town together, but the trailer suggests he's finally reaching his limit. And honestly, That makes sense. He's lost friends. He's seen impossible things. He's been tortured mentally by the town for years. And now he may realize the nightmare is much bigger than he imagined. Some fans even think Boyd could slowly become connected to the evil force controlling the town, especially after all the strange infections, worms, and hallucinations he's experienced since season 2. What if the town has been changing him this entire time? One of the strangest moments in the trailer involves the food delivery. At first, it seems normal. People are unloading supplies and trying to survive another day, but suddenly everything changes. The trailer cuts rapidly between screaming, overturned crates, and people running through the streets. The official synopsis even says, a simple food delivery transforms into a nightmare. That line sounds innocent, but nothing is ever simple. Many fans think the delivery may contain something infected or cursed. Others believe someone new arrives in town during the delivery and unknowingly brings disaster with them. Either way, this sequence looks like the episode's major horror scene. Julie may become the key. Another important detail people missed is Julie. She appears only briefly in the trailer, but the scenes are extremely suspicious. We see her staring into the forest while hearing voices, and after everything introduced earlier this season about time, visions, and story walking, fans think Julie may have the ability to move between different timelines connected to the town. That's massive, because if the town repeats in cycles, then Julie might become the first person capable of seeing all the cycles at once, past, present, and future. She may even become the key to escaping or stopping the curse forever. What is the town really? By this point, the trailer strongly hints the town is not just haunted. It's a machine, a repeating system. Every generation repeats the same tragedy. People arrive, fear spreads, sacrifices happen, monsters are created, and the cycle begins again. That's why the symbols keep returning. That's why certain people have visions. And that's why the children keep appearing. The town doesn't want people to escape. It wants the cycle to continue forever. So here's the biggest prediction for episode 5. Boyd and Jade are going to discover evidence proving the town has existed for centuries. The lake creatures are connected to the original sacrifices. The monsters were once human, and Jade may finally learn he has been part of this cycle before. If that happens, Episode 5 could become one of the most important episodes in the entire series, because for the first time ever, we may finally start understanding how the town was created. But that's just my breakdown of the From Season for Episode 5 trailer. What do you think is hidden in the lake? Do you think the monsters were once human? And do you trust the children? Or are they secretly controlling everything? Drop your theories in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more From Theories ending explanations and episode analysis after every new episode, because this season is only getting darker from here.